Just giving a little update after 3 years of using this, just things I've encountered. Um, for one, uh, when I clean out the battery compartment, I just use a dry microfiber cloth, wipe it down, and then the prongs, the power connections, I just use a dry Q-tip just to keep them clean, keep any debris off of them. Still have the 300 series battery. I haven't really needed to upgrade or add another battery. The 500 would have been nice just for the longer run time and just kind of give you that peace of mind that you're not going to run out of power. But I've come close to running out of power, but I haven't actually, had it happen. Some days when you have that bad weather moving in and you're just trying to cram a couple of 2 days into one, so you're doing more than you would normally do on your maintenance route, I'll come close, but that's basically it. Sometimes I'm just trying to run the battery down so I can charge it, and of course you get into something that you're just like, oh, I'll just use it up, and then it finally goes out and it's like, oh. But never like on a customer's property. That being said, one big job that I do regularly, it's 20 large shrubs that have to be trimmed up into a pyramidal shape because they do holiday decorations on them. And I'll include a picture at the end of this video. So there's a total of 20. I cut the top half of all of them with this power unit with the extension and the articulated hedge trimmer. There's 6 that I do the whole shrub with just this unit. I inherited an older Ryobi battery system, and that only lasts for doing the bottom half on 14 of them. But again, those are older. Obviously not the same amp hour battery as the 300 series from Steel. So that's not bashing. I'm just saying at the end of that, one battery light will remain on the battery, and then when I put it on the charger, it'll show two lights, and then the third battery light is flashing as it's charging. So I don't, that seems a little weird to me that it shows one light out in the field, and then when you get it back, you had more charge than you actually read. An electrical engineer might, give a little bit more insight into that. I haven't seen any drastic problems with the battery. Nothing. It doesn't matter, heat or cold. I haven't had any issues, and it doesn't really change anything. I try to keep the battery in the shade if I have it out with me. When I'm mowing, I just have it on the mower with me. And then, driving around, I'll keep the battery in the cab of the truck so it's not in the trailer either getting cold or getting hot, depending on the time of year. As far as over the winter, they see to keep it at least above 80%. That was one email from Steel. Everybody has their own little thing. I do have stuff that comes up that I have to use it for during the winter, and I'll put it on the highest power setting just to wear down the battery so I can charge it up again and it's just fresh again. As far as not using these batteries for a long time, I recommend just going to the manufacturer's website and reading up on it. I'm not going to say what to do or anything like that besides of what I just said from an email, because that was published by them. That's not me just coming up with some cockamamie idea. As far as using it in the rain, I kind of wish like some of the other companies have a like cover that goes over this, or the batteries down here, and all the connections are like back here. I kind of like those just because when you're trying to finish up in the rain, well, as the rain starts, I just put my raincoat over my shoulder and cover this whole unit to keep it as dry as possible. Just because obviously rain coming down, it's going to come in and go down. So if it was mounted differently, that would be nice. But on most steel products, they have this kind of mount where it's almost vertical. You know, that's just their style. Everybody has their own little style. And also, like, I sweat a lot, so I thought, like, sweating during the summer and the sweat dripping down my arm and hand into the controls might be an issue. Knock on wood. I haven't had a problem yet. I don't know if it will be a problem. It might just be, you know, dust getting onto the contacts causing an issue might be the only problem. If I ever have to take it apart, because there is a problem, I'll do a video on it, but I haven't had a problem yet. Let's see, dust cover would be nice. Now, as far as the battery, like, I'm getting by with the 300 amp battery. You know, I don't time myself, so I can't say that, oh, it runs for this long or anything like that. Like the 20 shrubs that I do total going through the yard and everything from the time I get there to the time I leave is 4 hours. So somewhere in between there, trimming, moving the shrub to shrub, raking the debris off the shrub, picking up the shrub, and they have a compost pile, so moving the debris to the compost pile is all part of the 4 hours. The way some people talk of, you know, how long do you run a machine or anything like that? Oh, you run it for this many hours or something. I don't walk around with a stopwatch timing myself. You know, I really don't know. And with an electric motor, it's kind of hard to give a definite, like, how long of a runtime do you have? Because if you lug these down, you'll use a lot of battery power, because it's struggling to use more power to generate the RPM, to keep the RPMs up, to give you what you need, what you're cutting. So, or, you know, when you hear these run, they have like a certain pitch, but then when you dig into it, like you're cutting wood or using the tiller or something, and you hear the tone get deeper, that's when you're using more energy. And that goes for any power setting. Oh, I should probably say that too. Normally I'm running just the one light, the lowest power setting on this. It's one light, because some people get confused when I say, oh, the lowest power setting, and they stare at me, and I'm like, oh, you know, I only have it with one light on. Oh, okay. That's a whole other subject of lowest power setting. Why do I have to say one light? I don't know. Anyways, so it really depends on your usage. If you're, you know, full throttle on the lowest setting, you're going to have a different runtime. If you're half throttle on the lowest power setting, you're going to have a different runtime. If you lug it down, you're going to have a different runtime. It's really hard to say, oh, this is what the runtime is. It really depends on the user. If you really lug it down, yep, you're gonna, and you have it on the lowest power setting, it's not gonna last long. If you're light on the throttle and you don't lug it down, then you'll get a longer runtime. So that all sounds confusing, but it's all kind of factors into it. You know, again, it's the same thing with a gas engine, an internal combustion engine, whatever. You know, you lug it down, it's pouring fuel in. You go run full throttle, it's pouring fuel in. If you're light on the throttle and don't lug it down, you know, you get better fuel economy and so on and so forth. So that doesn't change much, except for the fact that it's a battery. It's not like you'd have to switch to another battery. It's not like you can just carry a gas can with you. That being said, as far as like batteries, I would have gone with the 500 if it was available at the time, just for the peace of mind of having that longer runtime. But the 300 has worked out for me. Um, the only time it obviously doesn't last long is using the tiller and the sweeper, because I kind of go higher on the power rating. And I mean, obviously, those you'll lug it down more than anything else. And then, as far as like battery size, my recommendation, if you're doing this like commercial wise, go with the biggest battery. Is it going to be heavier? Yes. Is it going to be more expensive? Yes. But you get a longer run time. Then you don't have to carry as many batteries. And as far as, how many batteries are you going to need, if you want to time yourself, you can do it that way, I guess, or you can get one battery, start out from there and go from there. That's another option. I don't know what you're doing, how you operate, so I can't say yes, that'll work for you. I've had people with Teslas say that, yeah, this isn't a vehicle for somebody with a heavy foot because it goes through batteries and it eats tires and all that stuff. And then, okay. I mean, that's a whole other subject there. But if you're commercial, go with the biggest battery. Just don't even bother with a small one. If you're a homeowner and you have a property that's less than an acre and you don't have a lot of like string trimming to do, the 300's fine. That's all I can really say. But then if you're going to use the same battery in a leaf blower, then go with the biggest battery. Because leaf blowers, no matter who makes it, how it's made, I know I talked about one company that had a different fan blade design and all that stuff, and they finally came out with something, and that's a whole other subject there. They go under the Tone is the name of their blower brand is going to be called Tone, and DeWalt is going to use that fan blade in some of their blowers. I'm getting off subject, but like I thought it was actually going to be really decent numbers, but the numbers are about average on the blower. So that being said, blower design is evolving a lot faster now, but as far as like batteries, battery blowers, they're all kind of around the same point. Nobody's really broken through the wall yet of coming up with a really decent design. I thought there was going to be, but not yet. So if you're going to use a blower with the same battery, go with the biggest blower, biggest battery. Just if you want to fight on it, go ahead and fight on it, whatever. I'm talking after 3 years of having this. Would I have gone with the bigger battery? Oh yeah. Do I care that it's a little bit heavier? No. Do I care that it's a little bit more money? No. Because you just have that peace of mind of it's going to run. Period. That's it. So if you're just using this just as a string trimmer, or just the kombi system, not a blower, and you're a homeowner, you can probably get by with the 300. You're fine. And this is the AP battery, not. Did they even see? I should have researched this, but whatever. So it's the 300 AP battery. So if you're a homeowner, you could get by with the 300. If you're a professional landscaper, or you're using it more than what a homeowner would, however you want to call yourself, go with the 500. Or if they come out with a bigger battery, go with the big battery. Just pay for it now. You won't regret it. And if you're using it with a blower, go with the bigger battery. They finally come out with the bigger charging systems, the faster charging systems like everybody else has. So you can charge it in 10 minutes or something like that. Somebody's probably gonna be like, oh my god, whatever. But for me, I'm still happy with it. I don't have to do the hot potato pass of it in like the gas ones. If you're up on a ladder, setting it to high idle so that it doesn't stall out. I don't miss doing that with the hedge trimmer. You can just pass this up, click it, and go. Now, as far as like savings, I'm not going to get really specific with cost, because everybody, depending on where you are, your cost, or how you buy, like buy in bulk, or you know, there's a discount place that you can buy stuff from. There's no filters, no air filter, no fuel filter, no, you know, oil. I spray a little bit of light oil down the coupler, down the shaft to lubricate, keep the shaft lubricated. But other than that, what else do you have? I mean, the cost of charging it from the plug. You know, what else are you gonna do? So you save that, and you save mechanics costs. Even if you work on it yourself, as far as a business, you should be kind of calculating that out, because that is your time. And then for the past 3 seasons, I've saved on average 5 gallons of 2-stroke. And that's just with this one unit. I saved 5 gallons on average. So take that how you want. I mean, if you want to multiply it by how often you use it, again, I don't know how you're using it in a daily situation, how you operate it. If you're a power hog, let's say, that you burn through the battery power really fast, or you're finessing the controls so you can stretch your battery life out. You know, that's kind of per person. I can't really give you a definite answer. But yeah, there's cost savings right there. And then from an insurance side, I had said that we, to my insurance company, that we bought one of these. So when we're trimming hedges, you know, it's a battery. You know, the thing's not running as you're passing it up to somebody, and, you know, all that jazz. And all they said was, yep, that's something that we kind of like to know, because that has been a problem with other companies. You know, accidents do happen, but you know, some of the issues that you have to deal with the gas one, this one kind of eliminates. Some insurance companies may not give two shoots about it, but I just set it to mine, not to get a discount or anything, just to say that we're trying to be, you know, safe. And sometimes it goes a long way, sometimes it doesn't, but honestly, I'm fine with it. Oh, the other thing is when I was at Greenworks, they asked what I was using, and I said I have, you know, the steel, because I had all the attachments. Now, I don't know if I can say this or not. The Men in Black might take me away if I say this, if I wasn't supposed to. So you can get a coupler from Greenworks that fits steel, or if you have Echo, you can get a Greenworks power head and order the power head with an Echo adapter. So you can switch to Greenworks power head and their whole huge line of products, and not have to give up your kombi system or Echo kombi system attachments. So if you didn't like steel but you like Greenworks, that is an option if it's not publicized. I'm just saying it now, but I might be attacked by the MIB for saying that. So don't, you know, that should be something that's publicized, but it's not. But it is what it is. So I probably rambled on long enough. You know, if something comes up, I'll do it again, and maybe in 2 years I'll do another one, see what's going on then. But no issues in 3 years. So thanks for listening. Take it easy.